Hi there! Welcome back to my channel. So, andito na naman si Binibining Lindsay para mag-share sa inyo ng panibagong kaalaman. Okay, so kung alam natin at inaabangan nyo po yung ating mga videos dito sa YouTube, ay nakapag-share na ako ng PMS portfolio for school year 2025-2026 for the beginning towards proficient teachers. So for today's video ay mag-share naman tayo ng content dahil marami rin nagre-request nito for proficient teachers naman. Meaning to say, ito po yung mga teacher from teacher 4 to teacher 7. Ayan, so ano ba yung mga dapat nating i-prepare for our PMS 2025-2026 portfolio? So abangan po yung pagpapatuloy ng video na ito. Okay, so disclaimer lang, no? Ang basis natin ay ang guidelines natin for PMS. And another disclaimer, better kung nakapag-usap kayo ng mentor nyo sa mga hinihinging MOVs for this portfolio, no? Para walang conflict and of course, alam natin kung ano po yung landas na ating ginagawa sa portfolio natin. Okay, so as you can see, ang ipapakita natin sa inyo is yung pinaka-sample portfolio and ano ba yung mga dapat nating gawin to get the highest possible score of 5, which is equivalent to outstanding. Ayan, ulitin ko ha, this is for proficient teachers, teacher 4 to teacher 7. Ayan. So, simulan na natin ang discussion. So, as you can see, yung first part natin is yung front page or cover page. So, simple lang naman yung layout na nilagay ko dito, no? And another thing, kung gusto nyo pala ng template na ito, no, pwede ko naman siyang i-share sa inyo. Just message me on my messenger, Lindsay H. Maglalang. Ayan. Okay, so sa cover page, of course, Republic of the Philippines, and then yung details ng school nyo, and PMS title, yan. So, cover page as is. Okay. And kung gusto nyo naman maglagay ng konti about information ninyo, and about the teacher, full name, position, title, office unit, and education. So, nasa sa inyo naman yan, no? Sorry, hindi ko pala nabanggit. Disclaimer lang din, no? Repository lang naman yung hinihingi sa atin. So, meaning to say, hindi kailangang bonggang-bonggang portfolio. Pero, pinapakita ko sa inyo na naka-portfolio na para syempre, alam naman natin sa ECP, no? Ito rin yung mga kailangan nating MOV. So, at least, mas presentable siya at nasa iisang portfolio na at madali natin siyang ma-harvest kapag kinailangan natin yung mga MOVs na yon. Okay? Alright, so the table of contents about the teacher and then yung mga CRA natin. Okay, so simulan natin sa CRA 1. Yan, so objective 1. Apply knowledge of content within a cross-curriculum teaching area. So ano ang kailangan nating MOVs? Punta tayo dun sa pinaka-PMS tool, no? Kasi yun yung nakalagay sa guidelines. So for teacher 4 to teacher 7, ito yung mga kailangang means of verification. So ang kailangan natin is yung CO tool natin galing sa ating rater. And for you to get the highest possible score of 5 or outstanding, kailangan level 7, no? Yung PPST indicator na ito. So anong kailangan nating MOVs? Yung tool lang po mismo. Ayan. So, apply knowledge of content within a cross-curriculum teaching areas. Dapat naka-7 ka for you to get the highest possible score of 5. And of course, kung maka-6 ka, pababa siya ng pababa yung scoring natin dito, no? So, maximum number of cross-cutting MOB to be presented, isa. Pero kung nakapag-CO2 ka, ilagay mo na lang din dyan, no? Yeah, next. Objective 2, use range of teaching strategies that enhance learner achievement in literacy and numeracy. So, ang kailangan natin dito to get the highest possible score, ang means of verification natin is, of course, yung tool pa rin natin o yung COT rating. And kailangan maka-level 7 ka para makuha yung outstanding. So, ito po yung MOV natin. Ayan. Next po. For CRA 1 pa rin, Objective 3, apply range of teaching strategies to develop critical and creative thinking as well as other higher order thinking skills. So, same pa rin tayo ng MOV, yung ating COT rating. And para maka-5, level 7 pa rin. Okay, so, ito po yung means of verification natin. And for CRATO Objective 4, manage classroom structure to engage learners individually or in groups in meaningful exploration, discovery, and hands-on activities within a range of physical learning environments. So kasama pa rin to sa ating classroom observation, kaya ang ating means of verification pa rin dito ay ang ating COT rating. Okay, so para maka-outstanding, of course, level 7. Ulitin ka ha, kung 6 yung score mo, pabawas ng pabawas yung score. Ayan. So, ito yung MOV natin. Okay, next. For Objective 5, manage learner behavior constructively by applying positive and non-violent discipline to ensure learning-focused environments. So, another objective to for classroom observation. So, ang kailangan pa rin nating MOV ay classroom observation tool. And for you to get the highest possible score, kailangan level 7 ang iyong score. So, ito po yung MOV, yung ating tool pa rin, or rating tool. Next, Objective 6, use differentiated developmentally appropriate learning experiences to address learners' gender, needs, strengths, interests, and experiences. So, ito ay classroom observation objective pa rin. Kaya ang kailangan pa rin natin dito ay classroom observation tool rating natin. And for you to get the outstanding, kailangan level 7. Ayan. So, this will be the MOB, the tool. And for Objective 7, so itong Objective 7 natin ay plan, manage, and implement the developmentally sequenced teaching and learning processes to meet curriculum requirements and varied teaching contexts. So, ang kailangan natin dito, yung tool pa rin or yung rating pa rin natin. Ayan. So, for you to get the outstanding, level 7 pa rin dapat ang score natin. So, ito po yung MOV. And of course, for CRA 4, Objective 8, ayan, so ito ay non-classroom observable indicators na, no? Participated in collegial discussion that use teacher and learner feedback to enrich teaching practice. Okay, so tingnan po natin dito yung MOVs. Any one of the following documents. Pero dito, kung mapapansin natin, any one of the following, pero lahat yan dapat napagdaanan muna natin bago natin makuha tong MOV number 4 na to. Okay? Proof of attendance in LAC, learning journal, accomplishment report, minutes, and action plan. So, sa amin, kung nagawa mo naman itong action plan, ibig sabihin meron ka nitong 1, 2, 3. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, ito na rin yung nagiging isa sa basis ng ECP, no? Yung NCOY. So, better kung ilagay na natin lahat kung meron naman tayo. Okay? Hindi porket ang hinihingi lang dito sa outstanding or yung 5, para makuha mo yung 5 is yung evidence number 4 lang, which is action plan, hindi mo na ilalagay yung iba. No? Better kung ilagay mo na kung meron ka nito, kasi dapat meron ka naman ng 1, 2, 3 bago mo magawa yung number 4, which is yung action plan. No? So, better ilagay na po lahat ng MOVs na meron tayo. So, kung mapapansin natin dito sa performance indicator, merong quality, may timeliness. No? And maximum number of cross-cutting MOV natin ay 4 kasi ito ay may timeliness, meaning to say across 4 quarters. So, para ka makakuha ng highest possible score na 5 or outstanding, dapat meron kang evidence by MOV number 4, which is yung action plan. Nasabi ko nga sa inyo, magagawa lang natin tong action plan kung nagawa rin natin tong 1, 2, 3. So, bakit hindi mo pa isama sa MOV mo, no? So, magpapakita tayo na example. And for the timeliness, so 4 yan na quarter, so dapat 4 din, no, na action plan yung meron kayo. So magpakita ko ng sample. Okay, so ito yung first kong MOV, yung first quarter department meeting. So itong department meeting na to is about sa performance ng mga learners, no? And of course, ang teachers na rin. Yung discussion namin ng MPS, yung discussion namin ng literacy and numeracy, pasok po dyan sa department meeting namin na iyan. No? So, ang ginawa ko, yan. So, since eksakto nga kasi ako yung minutes taker that day, so, ako talaga yung nakapag-keep nung minutes namin ng meeting. So, isa rin siya sa MOV kasi na kailangan. So, kung titingnan natin dito. No? Ayan. Proof of attendance, learning journal, accomplishment report or minutes. Yan. And ito po yung action plan na sinasabi ko. So from the meeting, na-discuss namin yung result ng literacy. Since ako ay Filipino teacher, doon ako nag-focus, no? So, dito sa aking action plan, nakafocus siya sa literacy. Matapos kong malaman yung feedback ng mga learners and teachers when it comes to literacy, nag-come up ako ngayon dun sa action plan na hinihingi. No? So, meron na ako ngayong MOV4. Pero kung makikita nyo, nilagay ko rin lahat ng MOVs na meron ako, no? Para kapag hinanap, meron kang action plan. So, umattend ka ba ng ganyan? Meron ka bang proof pa or accomplishment or minutes na talagang naka-attend ka ng certain department meeting or LAC session na nadidiscuss yung about literacy? So, at least meron akong pang-support dito sa action plan ko. Hindi ka naman pwedeng gumawa ng action plan na naisip mo lang, no? So, dapat may basis. So, ang naging basis ko, ito pong 3. And yung naging department meeting namin. Kaya ako nakapag-come up dito sa action plan. So, meron ka ng MOV number 4 para makuha mo yung outstanding na rating. Pero, across 4 quarters po yan. First quarter lang po itong pinakita ko. Okay? So, lahat ng quarter, kung umattend ka ng LAC session or meeting, gagawan mo siya ng action plan. So, ano bang meron dun sa action plan? So, ito ay sa Filipino, sa literacy ha. Meron kang goals or layunin. Ayan, nakalagay dito ang programang ito ay mapapaunlad ng kasanayan sa pagbasa at literacy na mga mag-aaral. So, meron ka pang layunin or specific na layunin or objectives. And then, ano yung mga tasks or gawain na gagawin or strategies na gagawin mo? Panahong gugugulin, kung sino yung mga kasangkot, and palatandaan ng tagumpay. So, etong mga to, ang naging basis ko rin naman is of course yung result ng report ng literacy namin sa school, no? Sa Filipino. Ayan. So, hindi na sayang yung department meeting kasi nakapag-come up ka for the action plan para mapabuti yung performance ng mga bata sa literacy. So, that's one of the example of this objective 8, no? For proficient teachers or teacher 4 to teacher 7. Iba siya doon sa beginnings toward proficient teacher na hindi hinihingian ng action plan. Hanggang dito lang siya sa minutes. Pero tayong mga proficient teachers, kailangan tayo ay makapag-come up for the action plan. So, yun po yung example. Ano po? Yan. So, across 4 quarters po iyan. Okay, so for objective 9, selected, develop, organize, and use appropriate teaching and learning resources including ICT to address learning goals. So dito, kagaya kanina, ito ay classroom observable indicator kaya ang kailangan nating MOV ay COT rating natin, no? And of course, to get the highest possible score of 5, kailangan level 7 ka. Ayan. So, yan po yung MOV. So for objective 10, design, selected, organize, and use diagnostic, formative, and summative assessment strategies consistent with curriculum requirements. Okay, so ang ating means of verification pa rin dahil ito ay CO, ay yung ating COT rating tool. And to get the highest possible score of 5, kailangan ikaw ay maka-level 7. Ayan. Next, monitored and evaluated learner progress and achievement using learner attainment data. So, ito ay another non-classroom observable indicators. Okay, so ang MOV natin ay any one of the following. Pero uulitin ko, kung meron ka naman ng lahat ng yan, edi ilagay mo na. Okay? So, for you to get the highest possible score of 5, yan, evaluated the implemented intervention plan based on learner attainment data evidenced by MOV4. So, ayan, evaluated. Ibig sabihin na evaluate din ng mentors mo, ng heads mo, na pa-check kung naging effective ba. Yan. So, anong kailangan natin dito? Yun lang, isa lang. Any quarter. No, wala namang nakalagay na timeline. So, kahit isa lang. So, ang nilagay ko ditong MOV, yan, first quarter intervention plan with least mastered competencies. Yan, in komunikasyon at pananaliksik. ako po yung nag-prepare, na-check po yan at na-note po yan ng heads namin. Na-check po yan ng mentor ko, na-note po yan ng aming head. Yan, so para maipakita talaga na ginawa mo yan, 'di ba? And of course, gumawa po ako ng intervention or accomplishment report na na-evaluate po ng head namin. So na-check po iyan. And ito naman yung sample check activities. Personally ako, since ginagawa ko naman siya every quarter, sabi ko nga kasi, kung nagpe-prepare ka for ECP, lamanan mo na ng lamanan ng mga MOVs kung nagagawa mo naman siya, no? And ang goal din naman natin dito is matulungan ng ating mga learners, no? Okay, so kaya ang ginawa ko po dito, nilagay ko po lahat ng MOVs na meron ako. So, from first to fourth quarter yan, no? Pero ang pinakita ko ditong sample ay isang quarter lang, which is, pwede naman na pong isang quarter lang. Basta, evaluated and implemented, no? Okay, next, Objective 12. Communicated promptly and clearly the learner's needs, progress, and achievement to key stakeholders including parents, guardians. So, ang means of verification natin ay any of the following documents. Pero ang maximum number of cross-cutting MOB natin ay 4. Ano po? Kasi meron po tayo ditong timeliness across 4 quarters and efficiency, no? Presented for acceptable MOVs. Any of the following. Pero may nakalagay po dito sa quality natin, implemented steps to address the identified learner's needs and support progress and achievement based on the communicated information as shown in the MOV submitted. So ako personally, nilagay ko lahat ng meron ako. Pero doon sa ating narrative or documentation, kung anong meron ka na nagawa mo, inilagay mo doon yung implemented steps din, no? Nakakailanganin para ma-address yung needs ng mga learners. So, ulitin ko, kung meron ka ng lahat ng to, ilagay mo na siya. Pero, ang hiningi lang naman dito, 4. So, kung 4 na narrative report from first to fourth, okay na yun. Sample corrected test paper, across 4 quarters, pwede na po yun, no? 4, basta 4 siya. And of course, pwede mo namang, kung hindi makita dun sa MOVs mo, na nakapag-implement ka ng steps para ma-address yung identified learning needs ng mga learners, pwede ka naman mag-annotate or ilagay mo sa annotation mo kung paano mo in-implement yung steps para ma-address yung identified learners needs na mga na ina-address mo. Okay? Yan. So, may feedback yan ng magulang. Itong mga test paper na to na inilagay ko dito across 4 quarters. Narrative report and report card. Ayan. So, for CRA number 6, Objective 13, apply the personal philosophy of teaching that is learner-centered. Okay, so, MOV natin dito, any of the following crafted and used by the proficient teacher in actual classroom instruction. Pwedeng lesson plan, pwedeng activity sheets, pwedeng visual aids, assessment materials, and other. Pero dito, may annotation describing the application of the personal philosophy of teaching that is learner-centered. So, for you to get the highest possible score of 5, which is outstanding, exhibited a well-developed learner-centered philosophy with clear evidence-based rationale showing how it shaped thoughtful, effective instructional materials and strategies supported by detailed and insightful reflection. So, pakita ko ng isang sample, no? So, ang nilagay ko dito, isa lang naman, wala naman siyang timeliness, no? Ay lesson plan. Ayan. So, ito yung reflective annotations ko. So, in teaching the lesson cartilla ng Katipunan, I made sure that my personal teaching philosophy, being learner-centered, was clearly reflected in both my lesson plan and in how I conducted the class. I believe that students learn best when they are actively involved, when they work together, when they reflect on ideas, and when they are encouraged to think deeply. Because of this belief, I designed my instructional materials and activities based on constructivism. Yan, nagbigay na ako ng mga philosophy, no? Collaborative learning, inquiry-based learning, integrative learning, and reflective practice. The lesson focus of the following objectives, of course, dapat align siya dun sa mga objectives na meron ka. To make sure that these objectives were achieved, I carefully align my activities with them. So, i-cite mo rin ano yung mga activities na ginawa mo. Okay? Instead of simply explaining the text to them, I allow them to discover the meaning of the principle through discussion, sharing of insights, and connecting the lessons to their own experiences. This shows my constructivist approach because students were not just memorizing information, they were building their own understanding. The collaborative task supported the objective that required them to explain concepts and themes through group work. The reflective parts of the lesson helped them appreciate the gintong aral of the text, not just understand it intellectually but also value it personally. So, yung mga inalagay kong philosophy dyan, in-explain ko dito kung paano ko siya naipakita sa aking pagtuturo. Kasi nakalagay po sa ating performance indicator, exhibited a well-developed learner-centered philosophy with clear evidence-based rationale showing how it shaped, no? Yan. So, paano talaga natin siya ginamit? Okay? I also made sure to include questions that move from lower order thinking skill to higher order thinking skill. At first, students answered questions that checked their understanding of the text. Then they were asked to analyze, interpret, and apply the teaching of Cartelia to real-life situations. So this progression ensured strong alignment between my objectives, activities, and assessment. So every activity was intentional and connected to the objectives. The lesson was not just about teaching a historical document. It became opportunity for students to think critically, work together, and reflect on important values. Okay? So, yun po. Ayan, next. So, for class 6, set professional development goals based on Philippine professional standards for teachers. I believe ito naman ay madali lang, no? Itong mga objectives na to kasi binibigay naman to sa atin ng schools natin, especially ng ating mentors. So, certification from ICT coordinator, ito yung ISAT na sinagutan natin from the very beginning. The IPCRFDP na naka-align, of course, sa ISAT. The mid-year review form or MRF. And, of course, the updated IPCRFDP from phase 2 na naka-align dun sa mid-year review form natin. Okay. So, of course, para ka maka-outstanding, lahat pa rin to ilalagay natin, no? Kasi 4 yung MOVs na kailangan natin dito. Efficiency and timeliness meron din dito. So, yung 4, ilagay po natin. Yan, ito po yung ISAT ko. Ito yung IPCRFDP based on ISAT. Ito yung mid-year review form ko po. And ito naman yung updated IPCRFDP from phase 2. Ayan. So, yun po yung mga MOVs ko. Ayan. I guess ito na yung last na objective, no? Yan. So, kung kailangan nyo po itong template na ito, template lang po, Ayan. Template, pwede ko naman pong i-share sa inyo. Message nyo lang po ako sa aking Facebook or Messenger. Sana po ay nakapag-share ako sa inyo ng insights, no? Paano natin gagawin itong portfolio or repository natin for Teacher 4 to Teacher 7. Ayan. So, thank you so much for listening. Bye!